Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. And shalom to the mighty AHPARYAM, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from his final captivity. This brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Actually, let's start with this. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. In today's lesson, we're going to have this I don't even know what she is, but we have this woman that is talking about in the up and coming month or 2 months, whatever, there's going to be some issues. She says she's from Portugal, okay, but maybe she's in Israel, maybe she's not, I don't know. But yeah, basically the thing is, in general, you have people, you have this woman basically saying that there's going to be some up and coming trouble within the up and coming 1 or 2 months, and as a result of that, people, she was saying people of color, if you are not an Edomite, you need to leave. If you are gay, if you are a part of the alphabet community, that you also need to leave. She's basically informing, saying like there's gonna be some stuff. They're already making prisons and stuff like that, and just a whole bunch of stuff and warnings and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, the reason why I'm making a lesson on this is because I've heard this many times before. I've been watching these videos of these people saying, oh my god, next month or this, that, and third, or blah blah, something's gonna happen. And I'll say I always took it seriously. I always listened to what they said, but I never really thought, oh my god, like now is the time, now is that. Or I would always have hope that the things that they're saying is true. I would always have hope and say that something's going to happen, something big's going to happen that is going to contribute to us getting that much closer to getting out of here. But at the end of the day, which is what this lesson is primarily about. At the end of the day, we really don't know. We really can't tell, but we measure the times. We measure the signs of heaven. We don't take Slucky. That's another thing where we don't take Slucky. That's another thing. Yes, it's not just about we don't take the words of men seriously, but it's not. That's not even the thing. But we take the Lord's words more seriously, because you have people that will listen to her and they'll do all these panic buyings, get all these things ready and whatnot. They say, oh my god, we have to get ready, we have to do this, that, and third, whatever. Like, I have to, protect my family and whatnot. All right. When in actuality, they're trusting in men rather than the Lord. All right. 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And this is the thing. This is the thing where we are over here aware of the growing tensions prior to you have this woman, whatever, Edomite or Eve, whatever, making this warning. We have the understanding, we have the knowledge of knowing what's going on without her needing to tell us about all this stuff. And for us, what we do, it's just like we listen, we take these things seriously, we report on these types of stuff, and of course there's no real like getting ready, like there's no go buy an underground bunker, because most of us, I'm assuming, don't really have the money to do that type of stuff. And on top of that, you always have people like this that will say stuff like this and give a time frame, and then only for that time frame to just be completely wrong, and nothing ends up happening as is. Like that's just basically the trend where you're going to have people that are looking at these things and they are saying all these stuff like, oh, at the end of 2025, something's going to happen. Oh, or I think what was it? 2024, there was a, the, what's it called? The eclipse thing. Okay, so yeah, with the eclipse, they were saying, oh yeah, after the eclipse, something's gonna happen, and blah blah. Like they were gonna do some, government's gonna do something, and then lo and behold, nothing happened. Okay, and now here you just have another one, which that's another thing where the Lord's word still stands, but not any of these people, because these people aren't prophets. They're not prophets of the Lord, and they're just not prophets at all, because they are proven wrong. They give these time frames, and I'm not saying in the sense that if you get a time frame, if you feel like you got a time frame from YAHAWAH and His, then of course which let me correct myself. You most likely won't be getting a time frame, because I don't think the Lord would ever state a specific time frame of, oh, tomorrow you're gonna have to do, or tomorrow, or whatever, and stuff like that. The only real thing the Lord does is just prepares us, and then in the event of something like catches you off guard or something, then the Lord just gets you through that tribulation. Okay, but ultimately, you have these people that are saying these different things, letting you know, like, oh my God, next month, blah blah, is gonna have, something's gonna happen. And another thing was, she was saying she lives in Europe, but she's not not an American, I'm pretty sure. And she was saying how only white people need to go out and protest and whatnot because of the stuff that's going on. And Slakia. And there was just Slakia. I'm gonna let you can get the video, because the video is gonna be in the description, as I always attempt to share the videos I watch in the description. So if you want to see the full thing and what all the stuff that she said, you can check it. But basically, it is through these warnings that we, are what's the word? It's through these warnings that we are just not necessarily. Well, we get warnings from YAHAWAH and His, and that is, let me get Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So when we get the signs of heaven, when we get the war that's going on, when we get any type of tensions like guillotines and the prisons and stuff like that, we know that we know that we are good. And even if their target is us, again, like the Lord, no one can stand against us if the Lord is with and for us. All right. So let me also get this, because if they are actively building prisons for us, then once again, that's just another piece of information that follows into the biblical prophecies that the Lord told us about. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So yeah, if the Lord is giving, it's like if the Lord isn't allowing Esau to make these prisons for us, then again, like this is just more prophecy that lets us know that we're just that much closer to the end. All right, and again, it's like that's not something that we need to dread. We want these things to happen. We want Esau to force his hand. All right, because again, like if you're right with YAHAWAH and His, then you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, let me get this. This and then this. Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, so yeah, of course he's gonna be coming over here. He's gonna be coming over here wanting to do something to us, do something evil, hurt, kill, whatever us. But we just have to have faith that the Lord's gonna take care, provide for us, protect us, and deliver us out of the hand of our enemy. All right. Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? All right. Again, you have to ask these questions, and you will know that the Lord is going to take care of you. Once again, if you are doing your part to sincerely follow after Yahawadah, Yahawashi. All right. So yeah, like calling on, and that's another thing, calling on his name sincerely, not being a hypocrite, backbiter, all these different things of wickedness. Next, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, I take counsel, but not of me, and I cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walked to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to shrink themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And this is Jake. This is everyone. Slakia. This is everyone now, where they have so much trust in Esau and his society, Slakia. And it's society where Esau says, oh guys, take my C9 jab, take my this, take my whatever. We want to help the people out, when in actuality, it's abominations in his heart, and he's ready to backstab us and take advantage of people's not ours, but people's vulnerabilities and ignorance. All right. And that's basically what happened, and what will continue to happen as people are unaware of stuff like this. So even with this, woman making this video to warn people and whatnot, regardless of if it happens or not, because let's just assume that it's going to happen. Still people are not going to care. People are not going to listen, and even if they did get the warning, because they always have most people have Esau as like their savior and whatnot, always trusting in the government. All right. Ironically, even the people that will openly disavow the government, they'll openly say that they hate the government, this, that, and third, whatever. Even if the people that are like that, they will still go, because a lot of those people are the ones that took the what. All right, that took the hokey pokey. All right, and it's just plain stupid, and I think it's funny. It's funny to me, Slovakia. Anyway, continuing on. Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. And that's another thing. By the way, this is a cut for people that this is a couple people that say the Trinity stuff. There is no Trinity. It's only it's Yahweh the Father, and then separately Yahawashi. All right, because as it says, because Yahawashi came as a man, and he said no man knows the time and hour, and he said only the Father. He didn't say only me and my Father, or he didn't say only me and stuff like that. He specifically states only my Father. But to get to the thing, again, nobody knows the exact time when Yahawashi is going to return. So all these, prophecies, we don't know exactly when they're going to be implemented, but we know on a general scale, we see that the workings to it is on its way. It's in, and the ball has started rolling. So we know that, the time of Yahawashi's return is swiftly approaching. Next, Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. That's another thing where let's take Revelation chapter 2 verse 10, for example, where it says tribulation 10 days, those days are going to be shortened. Those days are going to be made short, or maybe even lessened, so that we don't have to stay 10 days, because maybe the Lord knows that certain brothers, certain sisters, certain whatever aren't just not able to go through the stress. So as a result of that, he just makes us exempt from it altogether, or he just lessens it to only 1 day, 7 days, 9 days, 2 days, whatever. All right, like or maybe just allows you to escape, because there was some brothers, multiple brothers actually, I think, because I remember one, but there was some multiple brothers that were saying that they had dreams of escaping prison. All right, so I'm so glad I'm able to remember that. All right, and like it's times like these, all right, where the Lord, and I even remember another dream where I had a dream of my own where I was put in prison. All right, and I got to get out early. All right, I got to leave early, and the people left. And Slocky, let me get that. That's a beautiful transition to this next precept. Jeremiah. You can still see this, right? No way. Fuck. Slocky, bear with me one moment. I need to fix something. I accidentally clicked something that I shouldn't have. All right, it should be good. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 11. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. Okay, so when Jacob's trouble pops up, when all this trial and tribulation, prison stuff happens, the Lord's going to put the spirit on these devils to be cruel and harsh to everybody else. But then when he gets to specifically the elect, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. All right, then that's when he's gonna be like, okay, you know what? That's lucky. That's when these Edomites gonna be like, okay, you know what? I don't know why. Just you can get out of here. Like I don't even feel like hitting you or stuff like that. I don't even feel like abusing my power and whatnot. All right, or just something. I don't know. I don't know, and that's the beauty of it, where you will never know. Okay, you might be expecting like them to just air a freaking their guns or whatever, their lasers or superior tech, some type shit on you and whatnot. But in actuality, the Lord could just make it jam. The Lord can make them just say, okay, you know what? Forget it. I don't want to attack. I'm tired right now. I got my fill with these other people, so I'll just leave you alone. But then that's the thing, like, that's all through the Spirit, and it's all through trusting in YAHAWAH. All right, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even thinking about this when I was preparing this lesson. So call YAHAWAH, because that's a faith booster to me, and I wasn't even thinking about the dream that I remembered having. All right, so then it's like, if that's gonna happen, if I'm gonna get put in jail, and then the Lord's gonna let me get out early without me having to deal with anything, all right? Because there were dangers in that dream where I was potentially about to be put in some sort of trouble and whatnot. But then the Lord made it so that in that dream, I got protected. So if I'm gonna have to go through that, then I know that the Lord's gonna take care of me. Yahawadah, I'm a part of that number. All right. So yeah, I pray this lesson was edifying. I pray this lesson was also a faith booster. All right, because lots of brothers are, we tried our best to be worthy. Okay, because even at the end of the day, we're not worthy of the Lord's mercy. We can never ever be worthy of the mercy of Yahawadah, but we still strive for perfection. All right, let me see if I can get that. Matthew 5 verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Okay, we strive to be perfect, even though we can't be perfect. We can't be perfect in our carnal fleshly bodies, but we strive for perfection. We try our best. All right, but yeah, with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Rakwakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of Paul, and Shalom.